Hi loves, and welcome to this message. If you are here, then that means the energy of the message and the title drew you in on an intuitive level. So brava for following that intuition and higher self guidance. Okay, basically it's no accident that you are here, right? Whether you're here the day I upload it or 10 years from now. Okay, if you are new here, welcome to the Soul Familia of GypsyCowgirlTarot. And if you're returning, welcome back, my loves. I am Erica. I am a psychic medium and an oracular priestess. So I don't know what the title of this reading is going to say quite yet, obviously. You'll know already, of course. But this is a channeled message for the... It's been a minute since I've done a reading specific to the twin flame journey or a very evolved past life soulmate connection. Here on the channel, if you're new here, those of you guys who have been here, you already know the things and how we do, right? But I am an ancient soul, and the messages that I connect to and that I receive, whether that's, a channeled message from an ascended master or for the twin flame journey or from the higher self or ancestors or star family, whatever it is, right? It's going to connect to a lot of people, not every single person, but I draw in a lot of like very ancient souls to the channel. So as a twin flame myself and being a twin flame reader, right, I attract obviously a lot of twin flame energy, but also just very evolved past life soulmate kind of energy and ancient soul energy. Okay, so let's talk about the divine masculine, because there's, the way that I'm getting it, there's not a whole lot coming through, which for me, it's giving me this like closed off, boxed in feeling. So who I'm connecting to as far as the divine masculine, they're in a place of being very closed off. I feel that they're like introverting. Okay. I almost feel like, like a lot of the times, right? Like on our spiritual awakening journey and just life itself, like 99% of the time when we go through a very dark period, right? Dark night of the soul, or just a dark period, a difficult time, right? It's because things are being processed. Things need to be broken down. Things need to be healed. They need to be released. They need to be reflected on, looked at, whatever it is, right? It's always darkest before the dawn, right? You can't have the darkness without the light. So what it feels like is the divine masculines are going through a very difficult time. There's a lot of confusion, okay? And I'm getting like blinded, like I can't see, I'm blinded, okay? Which means like, it's almost like they're having a hard time seeing clearly. So I feel that they're going deeper and they're just doing like a lot of thinking, but it's like thinking to themselves. Like they're not sharing this with people, because I feel a lot of the masculines, like they are, they've been really struggling with their ascension. They've been really struggling to surrender to it. Okay. Awakening and healing journey and why we're here and all that. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Everyone would surrender. There's this very profound feeling of like, I want to talk to the divine feminine. I want to, I want to heal some things from our last conversation. There's something about the last conversation, like the last words you guys spoke or you said to them. There's something replaying on repeat about that. Okay, so it feels like whatever they want to talk about. Okay, and I have to be honest, I don't feel that, for a lot of them, they're like, it may not happen today, but I'm just getting like maybe through May or like over the next like, 3-4 weeks, that there's a good chance that whatever they're reflecting on and thinking about, they're going to want to open up about or share. And that's exactly what I'm getting, is more of like a sharing. Like, I know my feminine will understand the things that I have to say and share, and the things that I want to talk about, because no one else around me will. Okay, so it's like this confiding. It's also like, like an apology. It's making amends. It's smoothing out the wrinkles, if you will, ironing out the wrinkles. Okay, but I just feel like they're in this very like, you know, confused, kind of awkward limbo state of whatever's going on in their life and their, you know, awakening journey. We'll say that. Okay. So I even feel like they may communicate that, like, you know, like I'm in just this weird place in my life. Like a lot of things are just confusing. You know, I feel like maybe I've, you know, it's like the saying, like, you made your bed, you got to lie in it, you know? And I feel that. I feel that they're like seeing like, wow, okay, like I'm seeing like the way that I have like made my bed. But the thing is now is like, you know, I was complacent to just like lie and just, you know, live out in comfort zones or whatever. But there's something about like no longer being complacent, but that's confusing to them because they don't understand this new version of who they're turning into. Like maybe like the things that they, you know, hobbies or bad habits or things, right? These things are like being healed or transmuted. Like there's like, you know, an example would be like someone who, you know, maybe, you know, drinks a lot. You know, it doesn't have to be like a lot, right? But just like, let's say it's we'll just take a man, for instance, you know, like every night I have a glass or two of whiskey, you know, at the end of the day while I'm unwinding, right? That's not uncommon, right? Like there's a lot of men who like their scotch or their whiskey and that's how they unwind and they, you know, whatever, right? Okay, this is just an example. Okay, but it could be literal to your situation, you'll know. But there's like this feeling of like, you know what, I really want to take care of myself better. I want to like take care of my body better. I want to like, you know, cut back drinking, or I want to like eat healthier. I want to exercise more. I want to, you know, do stuff to help ground my energy. I feel, you know, I'm tired of feeling stressed out, anxious, you know, worrying all the time, or, you know, it's stuff like that. So there is this like, I want to better myself, you know, self-love kind of thing coming through. But I just feel like there's a lot of kinks to be worked out with what I'm picking up on here, okay? So it could be like, you know, I'm having more clarity, but I'm in this relationship and, you know, I thought it's what I wanted, but it's actually not feeling the same as it was a few months ago or a month ago or 6 months ago or whatever, right? You know, I thought the more important thing to me was, you know, just focusing on my career and being single, but turns out things are shifting and I'm actually feeling like, you know, like I really want to like, you know, connect on a deeper level and I want to be a part of something that's more meaningful and, you know, it's like that. Okay. So this card just came out in my hand and that was on accident. The ghosts of the past, the ghosts of their past. And that's what it is. It's like you're this ghost that haunts them, the memory, the conversations, the, you know, the looks that you guys exchanged, it, you know, or the touch or the feel of just being in your presence or being around each other. So it's the ghosts of their past. And it's not even just about the divine feminine. This is about a lot of the ghosts in their closet, the skeletons in their closet, and the ghosts of the past that are haunting them to be replayed, revisited, reevaluated, to basically like, it's like, you know what? I was aware of this when it was happening in my life, obviously, you know, when it like, you know, hurt me, whatever, but I just shoved it all down and I didn't really process it. It's very common, especially with divine masculine energies, right? They're not super, they feel emotions. We all feel emotion, right? But there's one thing of like acknowledging it and knowing it and truly feeling it to heal it, right? So there's like this, yeah, I'm going through a breakup. It sucks. It hurts, you know, but I'll live. And I'm just going to focus on my career and I'm going to do that, right? And then, you know, 5 years down the road, it bubbles back up, it resurfaces. That's kind of what I'm getting here, is a lot of like unprocessed stuff coming back up, resurfacing, bubbling up. Has probably a lot to do with, right, the eclipses and Mercury that, you know, it's now direct, but it was retrograde. And that's right, revisiting, reevaluating, you know, all of that, reassessing. And now we have Pluto in retrograde, right? So Pluto is, right, I mean, that's like the underworld. That's like the shadow, the, you know, your deepest, darkest fears being faced. It's, you know, and Scorpio retrograde, I believe in Aquarius, it is not playing around, okay? Because like mixed with that Aquarian energy, it really is like the feeling of like, okay, this is a time of shifting. This is a time of change. The stuff that I've been ghosting, the stuff that I've been writing off, I now have to face it. See the hand? I have to come face to face with it. So they're thinking a lot about the things that they've left behind in their life. The fact that they just disappeared, went cold, or no contact. They ghosted you. Okay, so that could be something about the last conversation. Maybe you said something to them and they never responded. They just left you on red, right? Okay, so the fact that they're like, you know, going through this reflection energy and reflection mode, it's actually dredging up a lot of stuff. Okay, so it's forcing them to feel the things that, right, they suppressed. But this is very clear. And I was getting something very specific about your last conversations or the last words you spoke to them, something like that. And then for those of you guys that they just ghosted, this is what they're thinking about. Why did I ghost? Why did I run? Why did I not say something when I wanted to say something? How come, you know, I've let just time go by and pass and I didn't say anything? These are the things where they're revisiting, reevaluating, reflecting, and they want to redo. They want to redo, a do-over, you know? And I'm not saying like, oh, that means that they're going to come in and they want union and all these things. I just feel that they need to say something. I just feel like they need to talk. They need to, you know, explain themselves, or there's something about the balance. And right now the balance is off because of this. Okay. All right. So, but there's definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, like a really intense energy of confusion. It's confusion. And I think, you know, what this is I split the deck. This was on the bottom of the deck, but for me, it's like, I feel like too, like they're just like kind of, you know, everybody, if you're going through a spiritual awakening right now, okay, or you've been going through a spiritual awakening or whatever, right? The energy is intensifying day by day, week by week. You know, so it's almost, it almost is like virtually impossible to like go back to sleep through this point in time. You can't. You can try, and that's what they've been doing. You know, it's like an ostrich. That's what I'm seeing, like an ostrich burying their head in the sand. You know, it's like like a child, you know, like a toddler, like a little child, right? They think if they throw a blanket over them that no one else can see them, right? Where's little Susie? I can't see little Susie because, you know, and then they take the blanket off and they're like, surprise, you know, and it's like, oh, there you are, right? It's like that. You know, no one can see me. I'm invisible as long as I don't acknowledge it. But now there's like this forced energy almost from the universe of, yeah, well, now you got to acknowledge it. We're no longer in a carpet sweeping. I mean, literally, like you can see it socially, you know, you can see it globally, you know, I mean, look at all of the stuff that's like unraveling, right? Year of the Dragon. You can't hide anything anymore. That's why all of a sudden, you know, people in Hollywood, the elites, you know, government officials, like just stuff like that, right? Like there's a lot of unraveling. There's a lot of exposure, things being revealed for what they truly are, people being, you know, revealed for who they really are. And so, you know, we're seeing it on that big level. Well, it's, you know, it's all a reflection of what's happening on smaller levels per se. Okay. And I think a lot of this stuff is actually what the masculines are thinking about and processing. Like they're connecting the dots. It's just, you know, and I know a lot of you guys will resonate. It's like the more you start to awaken and see through things and see the truth, it's like the more you know, the more you don't know. You know what I mean? And that is the, you know, educating and learning and expanding and growing in that way. Okay. So they thought that they had it all figured out. They thought, you know, I know what I know, and this is what I like, and this is how I like my life, and this is how I, you know, it's very structured, very, you know, black and white. There's no, right? Like just boom, 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 right? Okay. Now it's like, whoa. All of this feels very foreign. Like I'm being called to other things. You know, it's like that. Okay. So I split the deck on union. Okay. So this is what they're thinking of. Okay. Look at this black and white energy here with the ghost and the union card. The reconciliation, the coming back, the making it work, the second chances, the what ifs. This is driving them crazy. The what if? What if I reached out? What if I had just communicated? What if I just had, you know, said how I really felt at the time? okay? But there's all this mess of confusion from the 3D, you know, from the 3D, we'll just say that. So it's like they're sifting and sorting through, you know, it's like what I'm being shown is like a very messy jungle. It'd be like, you know, like a part of the jungle that no one's ever walked through, and there's trees and branches and stuff, and you got to hack them away just to get through. It's like that. That's what they're doing. They're hacking away the jungle, okay, that is uncharted territory for them. It's like being the first, like, you know, explorer in a new area, okay? That's like what they're doing, which is quite literal, because they're exploring this new area of consciousness, of life, okay? You are, okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So I heard a song, because I was just like, this is how I do it, right? So I, you know, I don't remember if I like said my like whole, like my, I think I did, but I can't remember, so I'm just gonna say it. If you are new here, loves, welcome to the Soul Familia. Those of you guys returning, welcome back. I'm Erica. I think I did say it. But I'm not sure, so I'm just gonna say it one more time. I'm a psychic medium and an oracular priestess. Okay, there, done. But I always tune in, and I can always feel like it comes through, and it's like, okay, gotta record a message for the DMDF. And like I said, it's been like a minute since I've recorded a very specific message like this for the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine collective, as far as the twin flames or past life soulmates go. This is definitely not someone who ghosted you and slept with your, you know, your brother or your sister, and, you know, drained your bank account and called you the worst names in the book. This is not that. That's karmic. That's toxic. That's a lesson, and you got to let it go. Okay. If you're watching tarot for someone who did that to you, you got to stop. You got to let that person go. You got to let it go. There's lessons. You have to dive deeper into yourself. What was the lesson here for me? What did I learn from this? You know, what are the repeating patterns and behaviors of the person that I was with that maybe reflect, you know, a parent, you know, the relationship with my father, or lack thereof, or whatever it is, right? Okay. So anyways, side note for you guys. I know most of you guys tuning in, you understand how all this, you know, works, and the journey and all these things, right? But I definitely can feel, that's why I'm saying this, I can feel people watching, and there's a lot of anger towards this person. There's a lot of resentment towards this person. And that's something that needs to be processed through you, through self. Okay. So anyways, I also know that there's a lot of divine feminines who have, you know, they've surrendered. They've come into a place of, like, you know, oneness with themselves, where they've surrendered up a physical outcome with the divine masculine, because they understand the journey. They understand why you guys crossed paths, why you met, all the things, right? And I feel that the masculines have been feeling that too. And for whatever reason, and I can only speak to myself, I can't speak to anyone else, readers, whatever, otherwise, you know, on YouTube or anywhere else. But have you guys tried these, the Olippops? They're so good. I'm not like a soda drinker whatsoever. I don't ever, but it's non-GMO. It's plant-based, plant fiber, botanicals, and prebiotics. Supports digestive health. Anyways, I love it. I love it. And no, I'm not like sponsored by them or anything. That reminds me. Okay. See these beautiful, just real quick, guys, just real quick. Okay. Because we have Mother's Day coming up, and I have been, I was sick at the beginning of the week and just processing a lot of stuff. So I haven't had a chance to record the video yet, but, or to mention these yet, but I want to acknowledge these beautiful hydrangea and little, you see little roses, and okay, from Rose Forever, New York. These are real flowers, you guys, but they're preserved, and they're preserved naturally. Okay, this is, I think, like my 6th bouquet from them, okay, over the last couple years. And I'm always so honored. But these literally, like, I have them, like the ones I've gotten before, they're all through my house, and they just bring such a beautiful vibe, such a beautiful energy. Obviously, they're not fake flowers. They're real, they're preserved. The, you know, it's all like vegan, very natural, everything that they use, okay? But I absolutely adore them. They obviously are a company, Rose Forever New York. They're based out of New York City, and their products are amazing. So if you feel like, you know what, I'm going to self-love myself, like maybe you're a mama and you work real hard, maybe you're a single mama, right? Buy yourself some flowers, right? I love fresh flowers, but yeah, they're only good for like a week and then they, right, you know, and that always breaks my heart because of the beauty of them. So these are perfect because they hold that vibration, that beauty, you know, in all the ways and all the things for you in your home or your office space or wherever, right? But if you are interested and you want to go on, they have all kinds of, this is the hydrangea bouquet, but they have, I mean, Rose Forever. It's like their roses and the colors and the assortments and the varieties are just absolutely breathtaking. So I want to just really take a moment to really give this beautiful company a shout out. And if you're interested and you want to go just like check out the website and other bouquets, whether you're purchasing for yourself, Mother's Day is coming up, maybe you want to purchase your own mother a beautiful bouquet, or someone who you just think is a standout, amazing, motherly type figure or energy, whatever it is, right? But I have a discount code in the description box, okay? And the website link and all the things, okay? So you'll find it in the description box down below. And that's also where you'll find the information to book with me on a, you know, to work with me on a one-on-one, you know, level, as far as like connecting and tuning in with my, you know, my psychic gifts or my mediumship. You know, so you'll see all of the different reading options and spiritual services that I offer, okay? But anyways, I really just needed to take a moment and just be like, wow, thank you. And for those of you guys who are interested, and this right here, it's like porcelain. It's not like plastic or cheap, or this company is, you know, it's like a Parisian influenced company. And I have to say, like, every bouquet that they've ever sent me, which has been, like I said, I think like a year and a half, 2 years now since I've been receiving them, like they're still in mint condition. And like I said, I have them all through my house on like my, you know, my credenza that holds my TV and like different tables and shelves and stuff. So I love them. I encourage anyone who feels kind of called. This right here, I think, is by far like my favorite one that I've gotten, but they're all beautiful, so it's hard to say. But anyways, if you feel called, if you feel interested, okay, know that you deserve flowers. Know that you deserve to buy yourself flowers. I can buy myself flowers. Okay, so anyways, thank you, Rose Forever New York, for another beautiful bouquet. I highly suggest, my loves, and you deserve it. Okay, so that's that. So let's get back to the message. And see what else comes through. And when I go quiet like that, you guys, it's because I'm channeling. There's stuff coming through. There's stuff coming through, so I have to connect to that. Okay. There's like a real sad energy too, like a depressed energy. I'm getting that, okay? And I just feel that the masculines, and we've all been there, like when you are going through like, you know, powerful states of awakening, because sometimes, right, it's turned all the way up, and sometimes we have, you know, a period of integration and it's not so intense. But right now, like I said, the astrology, the Schumann resonance, the X-class solar flares that we're getting like almost daily, it's intense. It is so intense. And like 95% of my clients that I'm working with, you know, it's like everyone is feeling the same way in many ways of, it's just, it's intense. Sometimes it feels like it's just too much. Okay. And that's exactly what I'm getting here. And I really, this is just like another little side note, but when you feel the call, this is something I'm working on personally for myself with my own boundaries and things like that. When you are not feeling up to showing up in life for everyone else or for work or whatever it is, right? It is so important, my loves, to take a day or 2 or 3 to yourself, because we're integrating so much. And I feel this is, so it's very important. So I just wanted to share that because it's, you know, and I'll be talking about this more probably in another message about, you know, self-care, self-love, things like that. But there's this, like, you gotta really like let yourself just like integrate it all in. Okay. And I feel, right, like you guys are here. And I feel a lot of the masculines do watch tarot. I feel like they watch tarot. I mean, who knows? Your masculine could be watching my channel. Who knows, right? But just like you, they were guided to readings, to tarot, to law of attraction, to all the things. They're getting the signs, they're getting the synchronicities. But like I said, they can't bury their head in the sand. It's getting increasingly more difficult to try to resist their soul path. And they don't know, you know, unless they're watching, you know, other, you know, spiritual guides, teachers like myself that are guiding them on how to integrate and what to do with this new sense of self and energy. They're feeling wacky. And that's what I mean. We got to take time for ourselves to integrate, because if we don't, we can feel totally off. We could feel wacky. We can get, you know, just our energy just very unbalanced, you know. You could get like anxiety, or like I said, like just feel like very sad, or, you know, all over the place, or you can't think straight, or, you know, stuff like that. So anyways, I will say, I know I'm kind of like bouncing around and stuff, but I will say that this masculine is feeling very strongly the ghosts of the past, of what would it be like if I opened up? What would it be like if I just came from a raw, vulnerable, open state of feelings, of emotion, right? Okay, it really is the do-over. It really is the what if I had just done things differently. I will say that for who this message is for, this person, like, you're not crazy. You're not delusional. Okay? This person is just, they're still, like I said, boxed in, closed off, very, you know, isolated, introverted. Okay, so you may even feel your masculine energetically, psychically, telepathically, but, you know, I think for a lot of you guys, there's kind of like a feeling maybe recently where they kind of, you know, fell off the map, fell off the grid. Like they pulled back, like they went into their little hole. And maybe you haven't been feeling them as much, or things haven't been showing up as much, okay? I know the signs and all that is crazy, but you know what I mean. Now the energy for me is ramping back up again. Over this first week of May, second week of May. I mean, I'm just gonna say May. May, and then definitely May going into June, Taurus season going to Gemini season for sure. Things heat up. Whether it's going to, you know, be a new soulmate or this person, I don't know. Okay. See, exactly. They're thinking about this. They're thinking about the paths, the crossroads, the path they chose versus the one that they didn't choose with you. Or do you know what I mean? So in the next, it's in the future, a few days to weeks, few months, direction forward. So I just feel in the coming weeks, days, whatever, that this person is really manifesting a conversation, some type of communication, even if it's just to, you know, bring some kind of balance and healing to the both of you guys, and you go separate ways, and that's that. But there's something that needs to be done here, okay? Because all that they are thinking about and feeling and all these things, it's all about you, you know? Again, whether they talk about it, admit it, share it, you know, I feel like I said, most of them, it's a lot, but it's all, they've kept it all in, right? Focused on you, observing you, watching you. There's no one like you. And that's exactly what they're reflecting on. There's no one like this person. Oh, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. Before I hit record and I was connecting to the messages, because I heard a song and I actually got 2 different messages that I need to read or record from this one song. And the song is, "This is no ordinary love. Sade. This divine masculine is having some massive epiphany moments about the fact that this is no ordinary love. This is, they prejudged, they judged wrong. I chose wrong, I judged wrong. This is no ordinary love. I've known ordinary love. This is not that. This is different. And as I'm saying this, my cat is at my door all of a sudden, and he wants in. I don't know if you guys can hear him meowing. Sage. Now he's quiet, of course. Okay, let me let him in real quick. Because he wants in. But that's what I mean. He's a masculine cat. He's a boy cat, right? This masculine wants in. They want to come in. They want to come forward. But I don't think they will quite yet. I don't. Again, I'm going to stick to my story. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm going to say through maybe sometime through Taurus or Gemini season. I mean, who knows? It could happen tomorrow or the next day, but I feel it's going to be in the coming days, weeks. Okay. There he is. Yep. I don't know if you guys saw him run in, but he ran in. He ran in. What's the saying? Like a bat out of hell. He ran in like a lightning bolt. Huh? And what are you bringing to us today for messages? Huh? What you bring in for us messages? So, anyways, guys, you guys know if you've been with me, he's my familiar. He's not just a cat. He's my familiar. He's my protector. He's a guide. He's all these things. But when he does get vocal during a reading, or he acts funny or does something, it's connected to the message, to the reading. So he's letting you know. And right now, he jumped up on his little cat tree and he's laying in his little cat hammock, and because it sits in front of the window, so he stares out the window and he can see all the, other animals and birdies and right. But he's staring out the window, like gazing and, watching. And that's what I'm getting is like this masculine is gazing, watching, literally observing you, watching you. Through the glass screen on their phone, on their computer, however, I don't know. But they're focused very much on you as far as the ghosts of the past and what's haunting them and what they feel they need to revisit and reassess and reevaluate. Okay. Whew. All right, so we're 32 minutes in. Oh my gosh, now he's acting crazy. See, I pick up my, oh my gosh, Sage. Sorry guys. Come on. He's going crazy. He's jumping all around. He's running around. He's going crazy. So you want to say hi? Say hi. And I feel that's symbolic of the masculine. I feel the masculine is like a pinball machine in their life right now. It's like bing, 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 bing. Okay, because they don't know what to do with everything that they're feeling, everything that's happening, the way that they're expanding, evolving, the stuff that they don't want in their life and the things that they do want in their life. It's making them feel very unsettled. Okay, so sorry, buddy. I love you, but you're a little cray-cray. And this is just real life over here. Okay, like I'm not one of those, readers who's like, everything's got to be just right? Like I just, right? Real life happens. My cat goes crazy, whatever it is, right? Okay. So anyways, bottom of the deck, there it is. 8 of Swords. Like you can't make this up. They're in the cocoon. They're literally being crushed in their cocoon right now. And this confirms what I was getting about the very introverted, very isolated, very boxed in energy that I felt. Quite literally, the caterpillar is, right? But it's already formed into a monarch butterfly, the chrysalis, the cocoon. My mom has passion fruit growing in her backyard, and passion fruit is absolutely beautiful. It grows like a vine, and it's like growing all on like the one side of like their fence. And then they have, then you have the fruits, and then they have these big, beautiful passion fruit purple flowers. Okay. So, but on her passion fruit bush, this is what happens. Monarch butterflies, there's cocoons everywhere. I mean, it's already like kind of, it's past that, but like it's crazy. The cocoons and the butterflies and the monarchs, it's so beautiful. Why was I mean, besides the monarch, oh, because when the butterfly is almost ready to emerge, which is what we see here, you can quite literally see the monarch colorings, the markings, all the things, right? Okay. So, and then the Eight of Swords, you know, that's only Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords, right? So they're in this like transitional phase of like very much in their head, a lot of overthinking. Their thoughts are just like, you know, I mean, look at that. It's just like, right? This is a mental prison. And the only way you can get yourself out of the mental prison is by breaking yourself out and stop playing victim or stop, you know, whatever. So they are very close to emerging from a cocoon. What they'll do afterwards, who knows? But they're only 2 cards away from the 9 and then the 10, which is completion, which is done. Okay. So they're very much in their head. There's a lot of this like thinking about the feminine, but also thinking about their life. But it also at the same time gives them this Eight of Swords type energy where, you know, so they're integrating, they're processing, they're reassessing, reevaluating. That's what they're doing now. Okay. And what are they thinking about? 4 of Cups, bottom of the deck right after this. I didn't even shuffle. It's just like lining it all up. What they rejected, what they ignored, what they've avoided. Okay, so they're in their head about what they've been avoiding. Because what they've been avoiding, like I said, you can't bury your head in the sand anymore. Everything's being revealed. The earth is ascending into higher consciousness. Like you can't live like that if you're, right? So there's a lot of that like, okay, I have to come face to face with what I've been avoiding. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. Mother of Wands. 7 of Cups. But funny, it came out reverse with the Sun, clarity, versus the Moon and darkness and illusion. Okay, so this for me is confirming the aha epiphany energy of, you know, but this also confirms the very confused energy. And I'm really getting that this masculine energy is like, am I going crazy? Am I making all this up? Am I delusional? Probably very much how a lot of you guys have felt towards the masculine. And that's why I said earlier, you're not crazy. This is for real. It's just feels like sometimes that because of how closed off and silent and, right, all the things that are going on in the 3D. But in the 5D, completely different story. Completely different story. For some of them, they're up in their head or their mind because it's like a mental prison because they're having clarity or more clarity about what they want to do as far as moving forward in their life, however, whatever that means for them. But what I'm specifically getting is having difficult conversations with people in their life. Okay? Because they're seeing more clearly. And it's like, no, this is not good for me. Yes, this is good for me. No, I don't want this. Yes, I want this. Okay? And then the Mother of Wands is after that. See, so for me, what this is like a karmic partner energy, like a karmic feminine, probably for a lot of them. Okay, someone that maybe they've had children with, or, you know, because she's protecting her eggs here. Okay, but like what I'm getting here is like it's almost like a fear of like an unstable energy. Like, I don't know how this person will react. Like, there's a lot of like, you know, this going on here about having maybe conversations about how they feel. Okay. Okay, and then you have the 8 of Wands, which is communication, passionate communication. Passion doesn't always mean, oh, passion, it's so, you know, hot and steamy and sexy and like, you know, oh, it makes me so happy. Passion, I mean, passion could be very angry. Passion could be rage. Passion, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting here is like passionate energy, but it could be in the form of, you know, anger, arguments, or things like that. But it's like, you know, whatever it is, whatever they're talking about, they're very passionate about what they're saying. It's something that they're very passionate towards. Okay. So the conversations, the communications, whatever's going on here for some of these masculines, it is literally stemming from the fact that they are, right, having a massive perspective shift in their life right now. And it's about the darkness versus like seeing clearly or the light. Okay. So their head is more in like the light, in the clarity kind of thing, but there's still a lot of that darkness, that shadow. Oh my God. I looked down. I didn't even see this here. After the Hangman, the lightning bolts and the conversation energy and the Queen of Wands, like karmic maybe partners, man or woman, it doesn't matter, but I'm getting karmic feminines. They're seeing and having these epiphany moments about that kind of stuff in their life. And that's what I meant by the crossroads. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up because it's just like repeating. Holy shit, you guys, after the Devil and the Hangman, after the Devil, which is karmic bondage, karmic partnerships, karmic patterns, behaviors, whatever it is. It's lower vibrational. It keeps you stuck. After the Devil is the Ten of Swords. And that's exactly what I was talking about with the Eight of Swords. And I said you're only 2 cards away from the 10, which is completion. And there we go. There we have it. So they're up in their head they're doing a lot of thinking and reflecting right now about their life and their situations and their, you know, what they've chosen versus what they haven't chosen. A lot of clarity, aha moments. Okay. And there's this like feeling of like, I got to do something about it. But every time I think of doing something about it, I talk myself out of it because it's fear-based thinking. So it's like they're integrating, they're processing, and they are taking back they're in the process of taking back their power. And we know that, you know, in certain situations that can be very easy to cut cords, right? But in other situations, maybe like a marriage or a long-term partnership where you live together, or, you know, a job that you've been at for a long time that is, you know, wonderful in every way, except maybe you have a narcissistic boss, or, you know, coworkers who are very toxic, or, do you know what I mean? So it could be like, yeah, you could just get up and you could quit your job. Absolutely. Anyone could do that. But you have to think, right? Because even though we are still living in a 3D matrix world, right? So it's like you still got bills to pay, you still got da-da-da-da, right? So like my whole point is like sometimes it's easier said than done, but it's getting easier. There's a breakthrough. The 10 is completion. So they're thinking about completing these cycles or something here. Okay, so let's get one more, and then, sorry guys, if you can hear my tummy growling, but all right, so let me know how this connects with you. Like, is this what you're feeling as far as your masculine or the masculine? If you are the masculine who's tuning in, let me know in the comments. Like, yeah, this is spot on. This is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through. Okay, if you're divine feminine, you're more than likely getting a ton of signs and synchronicities and confirmations, like this reading, about this as well. Okay. I stopped shuffling and intuitively I look down and there's the moon card. Okay, the moon is the subconscious. It is the shadow, right? Nighttime, it can speak of illusion, right? Psychic ability, like divine feminine energy, all these things, right? This is about them seeing the illusion that they've been living in and telling themselves. Okay? There's a lot of subconscious blocks or fears, I feel, that are coming up as well, and that are helping them process a lot of stuff that has kept them stuck and stagnant in these devil energies. Okay. Yeah, see, because to face your shadow and do shadow work, it takes strength. And it takes divine strength from your soul, from your guides, from the universe. Not brute force strength like muscles. It's way beyond that, right? So they are tapping into their strength to face the shadows, or that's what they're being called to do in the coming weeks or months in regards to love. So to conquer the devil, you need strength. It's coming from the heart. It's third eye's activated. There's, you're connecting more with like the light side. It's like that. You're seeing things more clearly. It's like all that, right? So you need strength to overcome the devil. We have the strength card here, okay? I know that goats, okay, their horns are nothing to mess with, okay, if they ram something or whatever. But I think a lion can take a goat, okay? That's what I'm getting here. All right. So I love this confirmation right here at the end of the reading. And again, I wasn't planning for this to be this long of a message, but this person is facing, it's like they're being guided to do shadow work, okay? And they're connecting the dots. Like this is how I get out of my situation. This is how I break the cycle. And essentially, this is one path that will help lead me and get me back to possibly the divine feminine at some point. Okay, the Lover's card is Gemini energy. And after Taurus season is Gemini season. And I strongly, strongly feel my prediction is that there's going to be a lot, it's going to heat up. And it's going to be like fireworks. These blasts of light and color are reminding me of fireworks, like 4th of July or something. Boom, 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 right? It's like that. Okay. After the Lovers is the Mother of Cups. Yeah. This is, I'm telling you, there's something where I want to heal. Four of Swords. I want to heal something with the Mother of Cups, which would be you or whoever the divine feminine is. Okay. But they are in a place of, integrating and figuring things out and coming to terms with certain things. And, and like I said, the communication could be them sharing this with you. I've been in a weird place. I wasn't, I feel a lot of shifts happening in my life and I want to change certain things. And, I'm sorry for, before the fact that I ghosted or, didn't respond or didn't, have the strength to be vulnerable and open up. But I know that this is no ordinary love. This is something strong. This is something deeper. Okay? And like, the reason you guys crossed paths was so that both of you could come to these realizations about your own selves and lives. Feminine's been rising, doing wonderfully, beautifully. And now the masculine is like catching up. But just like for the feminines, right? We all know it's not easy to start awakening and like no one around you gets it and your family won't get it and your friends don't get it. You lose people. People start judging. They start, gossiping. They start, right? Same thing with them. And now, as I say that, I get a heart chakra block, something that just boom, right in my chest and made me start coughing. So it's literally for me confirmation of like the heart chakra activating, the heart chakra, like just boom. And when your heart chakra activates, your crown chakra activates, right? This is someone who's having Kundalini activations. This is someone who it's like they're getting it. They're getting it more and more and more and more. And I know it's taken time. It's taken some time. Okay. Very stubborn energy with this devil here. Capricorn. Capricorn energy is very stubborn. Earth energy is stubborn, but Capricorn in particular is very stubborn energy. Okay. So this is the message. Like I said, I'm so sorry, that it was so long, but I channel until I'm done. So, I thank you guys if you're still here. If you're still here, then it's definitely your message. So I'm being guided to just end the message with the Lover's Oracle. Okay. Randomly, well, the bottom of the deck is balance, yin and yang. Look at that. I'm hearing you complete me. Now, nobody completes anybody. That's the whole point. We come into Hyros Gamos union with ourself. Essentially, this right here is a picture of you or me, right? Meaning we have both these energies within, the masculine and the feminine. We all have the yin and the yang, right? Okay. But this is also symbolic of the fact that, right, this is what's being reflected back to you, or this is what this person feels, right? But balance, we talked all about balance and like all these things, right? Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So it's like, you know, I feel that a lot of these masculines, they have been dealing with very complacent energies in relationships, in love. Like, again, it's very emperor, my way or the highway. It's like, you know, if I'm dating this karmic person, like, you know, I feel superior to them. I make more money than them. You know, like if they were to leave, you know, it would be like, you know, sure, I'd probably feel something. I'd be sad, you know, but I get over it. But with you, it's different. Okay, because you support and you challenge them to expand. No one challenges them. The people that challenge them in a toxic way, you know, with battles and fights. You have challenged them simply just by being you and in your divine feminine power and energy, and by healing and doing your inner work. Okay. This was on the top when because I haven't used this deck in a while. It was just sitting here in one of my boxes, but it was flipped upside down, but it was my beloved. So I'm going to read this too. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually, we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. So very clearly here, they're letting you know exactly what I said about, no, you're not crazy. Yes, this is very real. You feel it. They feel it. It's just nothing's been done about it because you're rising and you're self-loving. You're not going to go running to them. You're not going to go begging. You're not going to, you know, please stay with me. I thought you loved me. You know, that is the shit that karmic people do. That's what, you know, people, right? We've all been there. We've all done it in past relationships or whatever. Okay. This is someone who is telling you, like, yeah, what you're picking up on is real. Yeah, all the signs I'm sending you are absolutely, and I'm getting them too. They're letting you know, even though we're physically apart, spiritually, we are always united as one. Okay? And that's what I mean, ending the message, this is no ordinary love. This is different. Okay? And they're feeling, like I said, it's getting more and more intense. It feels good to expand with the feminine energy, right? Like this, it's not like, oh, you know, yeah, it has scared them, right? But it's like, I don't know. It just feels like this is why we met. This is what was meant to happen. And they're just seeing it more clearly. Okay. Or feeling it more clearly is what I should say. Let's get one, please. Okay. Literally. The white dove. Okay. You could be getting a lot of references of the white dove and also like Yeshua, Jesus. Okay. I feel that Jesus is, you know, he's mentoring a lot of these divine masculines out there. Also the divine feminines. Mary Magdalene as well. Okay. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Exactly. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. They have to go through this to get to the blessing, which is the feminine. Okay, so, and it's also like, you may not understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose. That also means for me that it's like the masculine thinking a lot about, you know, I had no idea what this was, you know, but now I do. You know, now I'm seeing more clearly that this is no ordinary love, that we cross paths for a purpose, for a reason. And it's bigger than anything I've ever felt. And I feel like it's bigger than the both of us. And they're right. Right? Okay. So, oh my gosh, 54-minute long reading, you guys. I'm so sorry. But anyways, I'm sorry, not sorry, okay? Because this is a beautiful message. And like I said, it's been a minute since I've done a very specific DM and DF, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine reading about twin flames and the past life soulmates and what's going on as far as like the Divine Masculines at this time. Okay. So this is what I've got for you, loves. I send love to all of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, for co-creating this message with me, because I'm tuning into your energy. If you would like or feel guided to work with me one-on-one and connect with my gifts, I offer several different types of readings, general readings, past life Akashic readings. I have a 20-minute vent sesh, and then just, you'll see it all in the description box. It's all there. Along with the information for the Rose Forever, beautiful bouquets of roses or new hydrangeas. I love, love, love this one. And it's so like, you know, it's so spring, and it reminds me of Taurus energy in general. So I don't know. That's just me, Venusian, Venus. I'm a Libra, so I'm also ruled by Venus. So I don't know. It gives me the Aphrodite, you know, beautiful, you know. So I'm infusing it, taking it all in, and then putting it back out there. Okay, because I'm calling in that beauty into my life too. So I love you guys. Thank you again. Please, like I said, feel free to let me know how this connects with you. And I think that's it, you guys. So have a beautiful day and happy May. And I will see you again very soon.